Hello student, as we have started this chapter, The Making of a Scientist. This is a story of a great scientist, Richard Albright, who discovered cell formation and as well as DNA. And first he started collecting butterflies, and he had collected near about 25 categories of butterfly in such a small age. This shows that he had interest in the things which were just taking place around him. Even he collected fossils, he collected rocks, he collected even see that coins, and became an eager astronomer to sometimes standing just and watching gauging stars whole the night. So this is somewhere shows his scientific temperament. Students, no one is by birth a scientist and arts, and you see the great mathematician or some whatever it is, the people are there. Those have sacrificed, they have done lot of hard work, and finally they achieved this all the things. So without study there is no any solution of you see, study is also important, as well as important how much interest you have in the things which you want to achieve. So sometimes be unable to control ourselves and studying something and practicing something. So this way nothing is possible for anyone to achieve. Let us start this story, how his mother helped him, his interest. Okay, I was his only companion until he started school. Mother was his companion. Father was dead when he was in early age, maybe 4 or 5 years, not mentioned here, but mother took a lot of care of this boy, and after that I would bring home friends for him, but at night we just did things together. Richie was my whole life. After his father died when Richie was in 3rd grade. When he was studying in 3rd grade, his father died. Mother took care of him, and she arranged things. She also called friends at home for Richie to talk. And but during evening time and this dinner time, both mother and son sit together and discuss the things together. So this way they started their just journey, and then he earned a top grade in school. His interest in study made him to get highest mark and position in the school. On every day things was just like every other kid, and his mother said he was same way behaving as the other people. There was no any extraordinary things mother saw in him. So by the time he was in 2nd grade, Albright had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around the hometown that is mentioned in the table in such a small age. His interest collecting butterflies, he collected 25 types of butterflies which were generally found around his hometown. So this shows that somewhere he had great interest in things which he observed, which he loved to see them, and same way this type of the temperament he had, that probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting, he said. That was the maybe that 25 categories that he got, and other categories were not available. But as he was doing these all the things, that his journey perhaps will end, because he didn't have anything to do. So certainly his mother brought one book written by this one scientist, and the book title was The Travel of Monarch X. The book, which told how monarch butterfly migrate to Central America, opened the world of science to the young this collector, or this thing motivated him to just start this research, how far these butterflies go when these were tagged, or some identification mark put on them. So this was article in a scientific book, that magazine it was, and a scientist who invited people to come and start tagging, and after traveling some distance, those will catch, they will inform this scientist, and his scientist just here see at this end of the this book, readers were invited to help study butterfly migrations. They were asked to tag butterfly and research by the Dr. Frederick A. Hart of the University of Toronto, Canada. A bride's mother wrote to Dr. Oakhart, and soon a bride was attaching light adhesive to tag the wings of monarch. A bride's mother wrote back to Dr. Oakhart about this research, and her son started doing experiment. He got a light adhesive, and he just pasted that particular tag on the butterflies, and left in the air. So this way, but it was difficult, as you know how many butterflies he will catch and then tag, and to run behind them, how far they are going. It was difficult, so he decided to breed them in their house, and that started getting this butterfly itself, and then he tagged many butterflies. Finally one or two were caught, and they were not far from that place from where he left them. So see this, see the butterfly collecting seasons around this reading last 6 week in the last summer. This was that time. Generally one can get these butterflies, otherwise rest of the time these all are not available. So see, if you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very see that many of you can't get. You see that if you go one by one to chase them, and how long you will wait that where this will go, and how when they will go, whether they will go or not go. So this is not I think even enough good for someone to just go back behind this all. So see that so the next step, the bride was to raise a flock of butterflies. he would catch a female monarch, take her eggs and raise them in the basement through their life cycle. Whatever the life cycle butterfly has, he got a female butterfly, and then he started breeding them according to their life cycle. And just perhaps you have studied about these butterflies. Okay, from egg to caterpillar to pupa and that adult butterfly. Then he would tag the butterflies' wings and let them go. For several years, his basement was home of 2000 of monarchs and different just stages of development. Eventually, I began to lose interest in tagging butterflies. He did this work for many years. He braided them in his basement according to the system, whatever he followed, and he did so many butterflies he tagged, and he left them in the air, allowed them to go. But it was boring after one. He didn't have too much interest, as he did lot of hard work but didn't get any. A bride said, "In all the time I did it, he laughed. Only 2 butterflies I had tagged were recaptured. 2 butterflies which were recaptured, and they were not more than 75 miles from where I lived. Only they reached 75 miles from where he left them in the air to fly, and this much result he got, so he decided to leave this experiment. Then in the 7th grade, he got a hint of what real science in when he entered a country science fair. Another chance he got when he went to see a country science fair which was held in that area, and lost. He didn't get any reward there, because his only he had the theory, didn't have any practical model or something experiment. It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not got anything while everybody else had won something. A bride said his entry was slides of frog tissues which he sewed under a microscope. Whatever system he used, he got this some slides and tissues. He sewed dogs tissues on that slides, but there was no any practical theory. There was no any experimental instrument or the material he had, so he failed. He didn't get any reward or any just maybe gift, but as other people got lot of things, but this was a sad moment for him, and that's why he was very disappointed after the fair. He realized that the winners had tried to do real experiment. He realized these things, what mistake he made there. He only showed slides, okay, and this way he didn't have any practical things. So this all the things that he did, and not simply made a neat display, that only a simple display he showed there, and this was the mistake he made. But next time when he entered in this fair, really he did a lot of hard work. He develops model, he develops experimental things, and finally he showed all the things in the fair, and he got reward this time. he got the prize this time. Actually, students, here my objective is to tell you, without hard work, without any consistency in any subject or things, I don't think anybody can achieve anything. This much enough for today. Rest of the things I will come again. Thank you very much.